Hello students, welcome back to our channel Uran Academy, Rashtra Military and Sainik School coaching classes. So now let's start with the geography part. Our first topic will be India's size and location.
Hi, welcome to the new series covering all the chapters of Geography, Class 9, Contemporary India. Chapter 1, India, Size and Location. So here is the brief content as to what we will be reading in this chapter. The first topic is location. India is a vast country, lying entirely in the northern hemisphere, which means above the equator. So these are the latitudes and longitudes of our country. The Tropic of Cancer divides our country into two equal parts. The part below the Tropic of Cancer is also called tropical region, and above it is called subtropical region. In southeast and southwest, we have Andaman and Nicobar and Lakshadweep Islands. And the capital of Andaman and Nicobar Islands is Port Blair. And the capital of Lakshadweep is Kavaratti. Remember this. And the next topic is size. So this is the size of our country in terms of area. It is 3.28 million square kilometer. So now that you have the size of our landmass, if you can find out the population of a country and divide it by the size of its landmass, you can get the population density. India's total area accounts for about 2.4% of the total geographical area of the world. So if we put all the landmass of continents and countries together, India takes away 2.4% of the entire pie. And India is also the 7th largest country of the world. This is purely in terms of area, not population. In population, India is 2nd largest country. That is after China. So our entire land boundary is about 15,200 kilometers. And the length of the coastline is 7,516 kilometers. So this is the coastline we are referring to. So in the northwest of our country, we have young fold mountains called the Himalayas. And the reason it is called young is because it was formed 50 million years ago, when Indian plate collided with the Eurasian plate. So before that, India was a large island connected to the Australian coast. And then we broke apart and moved towards the north direction, actually northeast direction, and got merged with the Eurasian plate. And since Eurasian plate is much bigger in size, so what happens when a small thing collides with a bigger thing? The smaller thing stops moving and mountains are formed. And that is how Himalaya was formed. I'll just show to you the extension of Himalayas. So it starts from north and all the way to northeast, to the eastern side near Arunachal Pradesh. Always remember, east to west extent appears to be smaller than north to south extent. And the difference is just about 300 kilometers, not more than that. And from Gujarat to Arunachal Pradesh, there is a time lag of 2 hours. Since we cannot afford to have two different timings, therefore we adopted Standard Meridian of India, which is also called IST, Indian Standard Time. And this is measured with the help of a longitude which passes through Mirzapur in Uttar Pradesh. And the third topic is India and the world. So always remember, India is part of South Asia, not Southeast Asia. Our location is very strategic. All the ships that come from Europe, when they have to travel to East Asia, they pass through Indian Ocean. And it helps us in establishing close contact with West Asia, Africa and Europe. Again, no other country has a long coastline, so this is a very strategic position for us in terms of a geographical location in the world. So always remember this point because it will fetch you good marks in the exam. India's contacts with the world have continued through the ages, and the relationship through the land routes are much older than the maritime contact. Ocean was very restricted and scary way of having an interaction with other countries. So travelers often took the land route, passing through the mountains in the north, like for example how Fahian came to India from China and other Persian dealers. So India has always been in touch with the world from ages, and it is not something that is new. So all these land routes have contributed in the exchange of ideas and commodities since ancient time. It's like how you go to your friend's place who is living in a different state, and when you visit them you exchange ideas, you exchange gifts, you discuss about each other's lifestyle. So in the similar fashion, in ancient time they used to exchange ideas and commodities, and this was solely possible because of these routes. So some of such ideas are Upanishads, Ramayana, the stories of Panchatantra, the Indian numeral and the decimal system. All this could reach many parts of the world. And then there were some commodities like spices, muslin and other merchandises were taken from India to different countries. And on the other hand, the architectural designs of Greek and European came to our country. You can see the same example in domes and minars of all the monuments that we have. So these architectural styles came from Western Asia. So all of these ideas and information traveled across time. So they were never produced at one place. They were all imparted, exchanged, carried forward. And the last topic is India's neighbors. So as we read in the earlier paragraph that India has an important strategic position in South Asia. So we know that India has 29 states and 7 union territories, and we share our land boundaries with Pakistan, Afghanistan, which is in northwest, China, including Tibet. So those of you think that Tibet is part of India, no, it is part of China. Nepal and Bhutan in the north, Myanmar and Bangladesh in the east, and our southern neighbors across the sea consist of 2 island countries, namely Sri Lanka and Maldives. So the narrow channel of sea between India and Sri Lanka is called Palk Strait or Gulf of Mannar, and Maldives are situated to the south of Lakshadweep Island. And India stands apart from the rest of Asia because India has all major ethnic groups found in Indian subcontinent. So some of the ethnic groups in India consist of African ethnicity, then you have Chinese diaspora, then Dravidian people, then we have Iranians, Indo-Greek, Indo-Aryan, we have Jews, Europeans, French ethnicity. So all these ethnic groups exist in our country, and that makes India totally different from other Asian countries. And with this, we have come to an end of this chapter. It was a short chapter. I hope it was easy to